And how are you finding it now? Just working at the
Yeah,
hospital.
Karen.
It
Tell us about your
interesting you said that.
email.
My email.
Tell us about the email you got earlier asking if you've been
Oh yeah, yeah,
vaccinated.
yeah, 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 yeah. So now, so there's a obviously you must have heard about the mandatory vaccination, including NHS staff, and so now they're asking for evidence to show that you have been vaccinated, or with the government's current guidelines, you'll be asked to leave. Now, from a personal standpoint, yeah, I'm fully vaccinated. There's no issue, but I do have colleagues who haven't been. It's just like, well, when we were needed, then that was it. It was there was no like vaccination at the start. We were going to work and then obviously endangering our families when we came back as well. To the point where, at the start, no one knew anything. Like this is the thing people forget. Like I was talking to my friend who worked in IT and I was like, are you sleeping at home or have you got like a hotel? Like we were really considering just leaving our families or like I'd come home and they'd all stand at the door and then leave bags and I have to like basically get nanga, like not fully nanga, but like throw my kapri in there and then they'd like go, right, you go to the shower. Like there's a whole
Mm.
thing. And so we did all of these things, right, and we did it with a smile and all that kind of thing. And now so that's one thing, there's that vaccination side. Then we've got the subset of people just who, the people who are coming in with COVID are unvaccinated. And, they really are polarized, these people. And it's not for me to say you should get vaccinated. It's not for me to say. I'm going to treat them either way. But there is definitely a subset of people who are really, really against the vaccine. And then the other thing is, although COVID is not as busy, the other stuff is just getting busier and busier. And I think been a big shift in the NHS is great. We'll clap for you to why am I waiting for 1 hour, 2 hour? Like that's come back now with a kind of
Oh yeah,
vengeance.
yeah, yeah.
People are getting really like
That was expected though.
entitled. Yeah, I guess we were really high on we are needed, and like guys, you just need to. If you don't need to be in hospital, don't come. And that really, really hit home. That first lockdown, when Jazz came in, hospitals are beautiful, man. Like we had the right ratio of people who are unwell to doctors to the space we had, right? And now we're back to the whole, this is stretched, this doesn't work. Multiple people are sick. We can't provide that level of care that we did during the pandemic. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, I often say it like every couple of years, I would love it if the world went into lockdown, even for like a month. And even if we had like a sort of technological lockout, that'd be really good. There was like one day where WhatsApp went down as well. Just really get back to basics, man. And this year, I've kind of 2020 was the year of the world seemed simpler. 2021 was ramped up again, and this year I've kind of thought actually I want to take it back to 2020 and that kind of just life is simpler, life in conversation. Um, yeah, so the hospitals are just basically just busier, busier than normal. And we've been threatened now if we don't get vaccinated, you'll be asked to leave. So that's kind of where we are at the moment.
And I mean, there's lots of elements to that, like you said, but I just think, well, can the NHS afford to lose that many staff? Which on top of everything else, I just think, well, in its first degree, like surely we're already saying that we've got shortages of staff in the NHS, and how can you afford to lose loads more? That yeah, I don't know. There's so much, and I don't think it should be something forced on people. Personally, that's my opinion. But and
Oh,
I've been
absolutely.
fully vaccinated, but I just think
Choice is the key thing here.
yeah,
And if you're a person who has what we call capacity and you're making a decision, hopefully it's an informed decision. I'd hope that. I think the best service I can do for somebody is explore the reasons they don't want to have a vaccine. If it's not well informed, then I have a duty then to inform them. That's okay. That I don't see as me trying to encourage them to have it or not. But if you're making an informed decision, then that's your choice. There is no other vaccine that we mandate in the UK. There's no. I mean, you can have cancer, and we can tell you've got cancer. And if you say, I don't want to have chemotherapy, you don't force you. Like, that's okay. You don't want to have surgery, you don't have surgery. So it's an interesting time. It's never happened. This level of kind of, and I think Spain said the other day that if you're not triple vaccinated, you can't go on holiday there. And
Yeah.
so there's one angry group up north, and they were like,
I
fine,
think they are
we're gonna
trying
go
to
somewhere
make
else.
it more enticing to get it. So
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
if you're vaccinated, you don't have to do tests prior to flying. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. That came out today. Yeah, yeah. Read
yeah, and
that
I'm
today.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, that's a bit cheeky because you're not really protecting people now. You're just incentivizing the vaccine. You're incentivizing the cause, not the actual problem,
Hmm.
which then
Well, we,
murks
we
the
we
waters a
covered
little
this, didn't
bit.
we? Remember during COVID, and we had some areas in I think America you found Indy where people have been paid $100.
Oh yeah, they were doing some unruly things over there.
There were people being
brothel
incentivized
activity and all that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, this is a bit much. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, people like,
just
I'll
to
get the
incentivize
vaccine.
people to
I'll
take
get
a
the
vaccine.
vaccine.
And I'm like, oh dear Lord. Right.
Oh, poor
Silly
take
behavior. Anyway, on that note, Garan, I think you need to finish, don't you? Yes. So, Jaskita, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to tell people where they can find you online?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at jaskertbrewer, or on my website's jaskertbrewer.com.
And if you please find any images, please tag the podcast and obviously Jaskita and Dr. Garan Mavi, Dr. Jazz Mavi on Instagram, whatever you want to call him. Okay.